everybody, and a warm welcome to Create and Craft. We have got another amazing hour ahead. You are winning. And speaking of winning, allow me to introduce you to the lovely Kellyanne, who I've not seen in forever.
I know. Hello, hello.
You look lovely.
Oh,
it's been
so nice to see you.
It's been a while.
It has.
Loving the hair.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, what I genuinely admire about you, you are a crafter through and through.
I am. I love to make stuff, whatever it is.
A lot of you at home can relate to Kellyanne's story because you were a crafter, you got into design teams, and now you're here in your own right. And it's a brave decision, venturing out, setting up your own company. When we love Crafty as a fox, I was very proud to do your first show.
Which was, and I was so grateful to have you. Wow. It was such an amazing experience to do that.
Very kind, but I genuinely felt privileged. Now, everyone's shopping right now, and I want to put this into perspective. We haven't even got into it, and 20% of the stock's gone. Thank you, genuinely thank you, because what you are doing is supporting Kellyanne. When we say like small independent businesses, it's Kellyanne. This is it. This is the business.
This is it. I literally do everything. I do the design work. I do the picking and packing. Literally, I do everything.
Well, you are so passionate. And look, Kellyanne is so passionate about what she does. And you explained to me in the production meeting, everything here has been designed and drawn by you, barring the ephemera, which we'll get onto, but that has been sourced, bought, the license. So it's fully licensed. We can make and sell if we want.
I'm happy for you to do that.
Talk us through the collection. 20% of the stock already gone here, and we are busy.
I was inspired by the whole light bulb thing, obviously. This is why this collection came about. I really love the idea.
You had a light bulb moment.
I did, and that was it. I had a piece of ephemera from the previous collection, in which I went, I really love the light bulb. And then I just went down this rabbit hole of looking at different types of light bulbs that were created by Edison, by Tesla, and looking at the different shapes, and there were so many. There are some shapes that we've seen before, and there are some shapes that we've never seen. So I then decided to just kind of create my own stamps. And I drew it myself. I created it all myself, which has just been so much fun.
Well, now you can see as a crafter, and I think this is where it's invaluable, because you're a crafter first and foremost. So you're designing stamps and dies, bringing us ephemera that works for you. You kind of feel what's missing. Got to tell you, you can go for the complete collection that you are seeing here, or equally you can go for individual options. Both are flying, but think about your card making, your scrapbooking, your journaling, maybe going down the steampunk look would be fantastic.
It will work with my previous collection as well.
So much flexibility here, and we are extremely busy, and it's a compliment to you as a crafter. You've got a lot of love out there.
It's amazing.
Shall we, I'm going to break down the elements individually. Obviously, they're all in the complete collection, but we're going to show you there is choice. I'm going to show you the stamps. 10% of the stock of the stamps have gone individually. All designed by Kellyanne, so you've drawn these. Quirky. Now, I know that these say the radiation of light designed to wrap around the bulb?
Yes, and they work with, so I have some little flashcards which I'll show you later, but they actually work with all of the bulbs in the same way as the kind of central glow out at the top of the stamp set. That works as well.
That's cool.
So you can see that if you turn it one way, it fits on the round bulb. If you turn it the other way, it fits on the long bulb. So I've kind of created it so it works for all of it. But I wanted to create something that I've got some solid stamps. Because I really like black bits in my backgrounds. But then I wanted something that I could colour in as well. But I also, because I'm a lazy crafter sometimes, is I don't want to colour it in. So like that card which is right next to the stamp set, I literally just want to stamp it and go.
Well, that's good.
So it's coloured for me, black and a colour.
Shine bright.
And then I added. How
effective is that?
Yes, for this one I added sentiments in as well, which are really lovely. There's one of the sentiments, which is the long one at the bottom, is don't let other people extinguish your light.
Oh, I like that.
Because I just wanted something uplifting, because sometimes we are a bit down, but don't let others get you down.
Good for, I mean, journaling as well. I think that's really, really
because
good.
I come from that journaling background, for me, we'll talk about the card journaling in a moment, but I wanted to bring something that I can use on my card fronts and in my journal books. £17.99 there if you're part of the Create and Craft Club. Sorry, apologies, £17.09 is your price there. 272810 item number. Extremely busy for that. Now let's talk about the dies. You get the corresponding dies. 10% of the stock has gone here. Obviously the dies designed to work with the stamps. I kind of feel there is definitely an argument to go for that complete collection, because you're getting the stamps, you're getting the dies. Again, if you want to go individually, details are on your screen.
have a look at the stencils. I mean, they're again so pretty, but it's another illustration of Kellyanne being a crafter. So as opposed to just giving us one, have we got any dark paper anywhere?
I will do
Oh, actually, do you know what?
some.
No, I've got some here. It's okay.
Oh, there you go.
Only because I just wanted to show you this. Now, how clever, because Kellyanne, and you wouldn't begrudge, you could have just given us, say, that one radiation as a complete stencil, but here effectively we've got 4 in one.
Yeah.
Now, you could cut them up if you want. I wouldn't, you don't have to, just mask off. I mean, they're cool.
So the way I designed it is to work in conjunction with the stamp set. I wanted to give you different elements that can glow around the bulb. And that's why I went for 4 areas of interest, because I wanted to fit onto the stencil as much as I can, because I want to give crafters as much as I can fit into either the die set, the stamp set and the stencils.
Just going back to the die set,
so, yeah,
I should have shown you this. So here's little boards with that light bulb. I mean, clever.
So you can see how it's broken down, so you can use all the elements together. So, for instance, you can use the kind of outline, or you could just use the bulb and then add the other elements in. But I wanted also some, like with the stamp set, I've got those solid elements. They don't fit over the stamps. They are a standalone, but they're in a different size to give you different perspective in your projects.
I've got to take my hat off to my fabulous producer, Laura. I'll be honest with you, Laura. There was a small part of me that wanted to steal this information as my own, but I couldn't do it to you. So Laura was saying, she's absolutely right, crafters are savvy. So, you know, there are a lot of crafters right now at home will be thinking, fantastic light bulb, but what about changing this into a snow globe?
Yeah.
Or how about changing it into a bauble for Christmas? You know,
yeah.
you can do an awful lot just with that.
100%. And the way that I've created it is so you can do that. So you can be creative yourself. You can use elements, you can take them out. So straight away I thought to myself, I could be die cutting pictures of my son to go in the middle of the light bulb. So that could be on a scrapbooking page. I could be making shaker cards. So we made a shaker card. He's 7.
Oh, that's
cute. Yeah. So when I was creating it, I was thinking of all the different ways that I could use it.
Yeah.
Because I know that's what you're going to do.
Again, final, I won't steal this one off you, Laura, but Laura was saying she would love to make a card for her husband, and she put his picture inside because he is her light of her life.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Laura.
Well, one of the sentiments is you light up my life.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so there is your stencil, the little dies we've had. We've also got the ephemera too. Now, the ephemera is absolutely flying as well. How many pieces of ephemera are we getting?
So in this particular pack, you're getting 48 pieces.
48?
48,
wow.
So it's 2 sizes. So you've got a larger size of an element and a smaller size. And each bulb has a scene in it. So it's either like a seaside scene, or maybe mountains, or you've got flowers and the florals, but you've got them in 2 different sizes to work with. Now, when it comes to colouring them, I would suggest using something like your alcohol markers. Don't go too crazy. You can use water-based items, but just watch out for the bleed, because these are not it's not watercolour cardstock. It is 300 GSM. They are laser cut in the UK. But they're not watercolour cardstock,
No,
so
okay.
then they're gonna not hold up to that.
I just want to going back to our complete collection. The saving in the complete collection, you're effectively getting your ephemera for free and some change on top of that, because you're saving £10 and 70 pence. I'm just going to put this behind the stencil again so we can see those clearly. It's an incredible collection, and you can see just how much thought Kellyanne has put into it. And actually, from all the finished samples in front, there are multiple ways you can be using these. So creating backgrounds with your light bulbs, making them more of a feature. I've got to tell you, the main collection, a quarter of the stock has gone. That is incredible. So absolutely flying with that. Just to let you know, courtesy of our new event, there is a promo code, NEW5. You can see it on your screens right now. So if you have £50 or more in your basket, use that code NEW5 and you'll be able to save a further £5. I can get you over that £50 mark because we've got lots more goodies from Kellyanne. For instance, old pages. So these are old book pages.
Yes.
And I know this is something that you're particularly passionate about. So Kellyanne, you're explaining that you save these for going into landfill.
Yes.
And what you're doing is bringing us, and you spend a lot of time going through selecting the pages that really work, and then giving us the opportunity to craft with these.
Well, this is it, is to me, that's a resource that, like us crafters, we love to use pages from books. And when I realised that how much was going in the bin, and it's books that just aren't, they're past the point that you can read a whole book. So like they're like either ripped in two, or they've got water damage in part of it. So I literally take them all apart, look for the pages which are useful to then use those in your scrapbooks, in your mixed media pieces, in your card making. And so that's why I created the little box frame, just to give you a taster of how I use them. So I've made some little flowers there. I've die cut a butterfly just to create a lovely box frame project to sit in my front room.
Well, you were telling me, I'm going to just pick up one of these pages. Now this is the thing, and Kellyanne has done all the hard work for you. Again, all of this has been sourced ethically. It was going to go into landfill. You've stopped that, and I commend you for it. Now, have a look at this, because this book, over 100 years old, and you see that heritage
the patina,
onto it.
The patina and that kind of texture and colour, and because paper back then was very different to the paper we have now in books. The texture is amazing, isn't it?
You feel it, you see it. I've got to tell you, nearly a third of the stock has gone here, and once it's gone, it's gone. There is no more.
No, I don't have any more at the moment.
Okay.
But I'm going to try and get some more.
It's a good price, and if you do want to get a hold of it, 086840 your item number. Works out £7.19 if you're in the club. Now, if you go for that with the main collection, it does get you over the £50 mark, and then you're able to take advantage of the code NEW5 and save a further £5 on top of an incredible price. Right, now we need to talk about something that is very close to your heart.
Yeah.
Nobody has done this before, and the only time I've seen it is when we launched it together on your first show. This is where you really are crafty as a fox.
Yes.
Because here you're giving us something I think so many crafters at home have needed something like this in their life. Got to explain, these are exactly the same books, they've just got a different front. So you've got the brand new is the wood front, the white wood front, or you've got the watercolour wash. Which is already at 20% of the stock. Can I just...
Yeah, that's why I brought them over. Then we can explain.
I tell you what we'll do, Kellyanne, if we've got the overhead, if I could ask you just to go over there.
Course.
And we'll let Kellyanne just have a quick flick through to explain the concept, because you have to see it. I think on the overhead, you'll be able to see it a bit better. So Kellyanne, could you just open those up and explain, why did you want to bring us and how bring this to us, and how do you use it?
So the way this came about is because I am the world's most forgetful person, and I'll create a project and then I'll go back to it and go, what did I use? How did I do that? What technique did I do? What paste did I use? What colours? And I couldn't find anything out there to kind of fit what I wanted. So I decided to create my own logbook. So with this logbook, you can then create your recipe. So whatever card that you create, you can log down your stamps, your stencils, your inks, any kind of different mediums you've used, your cardstock that you've used. Then you can also log down like the techniques that you've done, if you've done generation stamping, if you've done heat embossing, and then like little notes to myself, I used a crackle paste for this one, and that's why it's got that crackle
And
look.
there's even a page for your layout as well.
There's a small box for you to do your layout, any tips that you want to write, but I mean, you use it how you want, but it's your logbook. So then if you've created this, so I photocopy them and stick them in my book now, then I can just recreate that again.
Oh, that's excellent.
As best I can.
But it's nice having those boxes, and there's little check boxes in there as well. So cardstock papers, inks, mediums, you've got your stamps and stencils, your techniques, your notes, your layout, all of that as a record to archive. Because their cards will make 2, 3, 5, 10 years, and you just don't remember, how did I do it?
Well, it's when you look back at a card that you've put on your Instagram or something, and you look back and you go, oh yeah, that stamp set, what was it?
Yeah.
And then you can't remember.
What brand?
What brand? What number was it? What was it called?
This is
because I forget.
I think the light bulbs are so fitting for this show, because that is a eureka moment where I think everybody, the light bulb goes off and you're like, yeah, I need something like this in life. When we first brought these to you, they sold out.
They did.
And they're equally busy today. So if you want to get hold of them, maybe you missed out last time or your first time in seeing the journals, it's nice that you do have the two different options with regard to the frontage. So the original, which you're seeing there, that's a watercolor wash, and then you've got the white wood. But inside, they're exactly the same. If I just show you a blank one. So do you see all the boxes? You've got your tick boxes, so stamps, stencils, inks, your mediums. You can go through your techniques, your notes, your layout, and then you can photocopy or however you choose to do it and put it in there. I mean, perfect.
Well, this is it, because you can. When I first started doing it, I was putting an actual copy of my card in, but then I found that actually I wanted to use that card. Yeah. I wanted to use my card
photocopy.
So I photocopy it, or you can take photos and print them out. So there's lots of different ways you can use the journals, but it's I love like art journaling and mixed media, and I just wanted to create something for my card making, because I used to be part of a stamping group, and we used to swap card fronts. So we'd do a little meet up, we'd all make some card fronts and we'd swap, and on the back of those would be a recipe. So it kind of that was years ago, we're talking 10 years or so ago, and there's no way that I keep the record of that. So this was
a really good way to do it.
Yeah, a way for me to do that.
Just to let you know, we are approaching 30% of the stock for the watercolour wash. It's in the lead at the moment, 10% of the stock of the white wood. Either way though, you're getting something that is so usable and different, original. Just going to go, maybe you bought the first one last time, you're looking for something a little bit different, you can go for that white wood. Now, tell me about this.
So this is my card journaling technique book, and basically it's geared up for brand new stampers. If you've never stamped before and you want to learn everything you can about stamping and stenciling, then it has the information in here. So it talks you through all the different products, well not all, but a good amount of products. So what inks to use, when you want to colour, what inks to use with that, how to stamp, how to stencil, how to get the best effects, and it's got in it techniques for you to try out as well to make some projects. Oh, nice. It's got the layouts, but it's got a really kind of in-depth explanation of all the stamps that you kind of can get out there. And I just created it because I get asked the same questions all the time, like what type of stamp is this, and why can you use red rubber for this and not for that, and just lots of different questions.
Well, this is a little best of, really, because you've still got your journal in there as well. There is
journal pages at the back.
So you have journal pages for your own creations, but equally you've got all of that education, foundation. 20% of the stock's gone here. Now, Kellyanne, I know you were telling me that you saw a post, someone was saying, wait a second, we see a lot of advanced techniques here at Create & Craft. What about beginners? Yeah. This is it. This is something for beginners to give you that foundation. And we're actually going to be demonstrating that this hour too. Quarter of the stock has gone here, 775763 item number. Just to give you a reminder of the main collection, and it's absolutely flying, brand new. It's so nice because everything here designed, so the stencil, the dies and the stamps have all been designed by Kellyanne. She's drawn all of these. She's also given you ephemera. These are licensed ephemera that you can make sell if you wish as well. But that as a collection is incredible. You're saving £12.70 if you're part of the Create & Craft Club, but £42.26 for something that is so incredibly usable, and you are supporting a fellow crafter, somebody who was a crafter, went on to the design team, and then took the brave step to create their own company. And I like that because it's so nice. Here at Create & Craft, we've got small independents, we've got incredible large companies as well. But I like it when we get to support the small independents too. A third of the stock has gone here, 155061, your item number. All right, we're going to get to demonstration with Kellyanne. What are we going to do first?
So first I'll do a very quick flick through how the stamp set coordinates together, because I've got a lot of items that actually, until you see it together, you can see how they work. So first of all, let's have a quick look at the sentiments. So we've got shine bright, live your life in the light, you brighten my life, don't let others extinguish your light. Because I just thought I wanted to add some really uplifting sentiments. And then you can start to see how these stamps coordinate.
Now, isn't that nice?
Once again, with this particular one, you can turn it up or down, depending where you want your glow to go. And if the bulb is longer or rounder. So you can really see how they just really work together.
Nice.
Really work together. And then the stencils, I've gone for like a nice kind of background stencil, but then I've got the glow that works around that bulb. So I've designed it to work. And then the mandala, yes.
Oh, hello. Now that really works. That's lovely.
Isn't it different? And then we've got the circles, and obviously I can extend this down if I want to, but there's the stencil actually kind of all out.
Oh, stunning.
But you can...
So now this is clever, because that, I would imagine you can turn it around and create a full circle if you want there, full radiation. Beautiful mandala, lovely texture. So 4 designs in one.
Yes.
Clever.
4 areas of interest, that's what I tend to say. Areas of interest. Now, so let's actually see that my books in working, how I use them. So I have created, so all the samples I've created myself, so lots of work there, as you can imagine. I'm going to go to book 2, because this is my second book, and I'm going to go to page 3. So this is a lovely flat stamping card. So this is one of the actual samples, and we're going to recreate this, but let's do it, and I can explain what I'm doing and where.
We've got our recipe there. So
we've got our recipe, so I know I'm using the Shine Bright stamp set, and then I've got my Distress Oxide inks, and I've got my colours all ready for me, and I know that I'm using the VersaFine as well for my black, for my sentiment. So I've got that there to refer to whenever I want. So I'm going to pop that out of the way.
Just let you know, half the stock actually of the watercolour wash option for the journaling card, booklet there has gone. Really busy for that. It's sold out previously, and it looks like it's going to be selling out again today.
How very exciting. Nice. Thank you guys for supporting me. I really do appreciate it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on a wonk because I'm short. So I'm just going to kind of give myself a little bit of an idea.
Working on a wonk.
I know, I do it all the time. So I know that I'm going to kind of go as far down as I can with my first stamp. Okay, so I'm just having a look how I want it to look on the card. So if you're brand new to stamping, you can either use a block or you can use a stamping press. There are a few different options out there. I will be using one later on at some point, I'm sure. So for our stamps, prep them first. And what I mean when I say prep them is using an eraser, just go over the top, and it will just take, there's a fine film that you'll find on most photopolymer stamps. It just happens during the process of being made, the manufacturing process. So if
using
you find
a rubber,
eraser, it just takes that little film off, so you don't have to worry about it. I'm going to ink up. Now I always put my stamp down and take my ink to my stamp, because then I've got control on the pressure that I'm adding. I'm just going to take a little wipe and wipe away any excess, because I don't want that to transfer onto my actual cardstock. Now I've got a really nice even spread there. Now with oxides, they do just behave slightly differently to the normal distress inks, but we should get a nice solid imprint. Now I'm holding my block nice and steady. I'm applying even pressure over it, giving it a chance for the actual ink to transfer. And then I've got a lovely transfer. Let's grab that, give that a quick wipe.
Nice.
And we can go
need
to
to
the next
talk
colour.
about the quality of the stamps, because you really haven't scrimped at all on there, and it's important.
No, so they are photopolymer stamps. They are manufactured here in the UK. So my stamps, stencils and ephemera are manufactured in the UK, and my dye is sourced in the UK. They only manufacture dyes in China, unfortunately. Now, once again, I'm going to line up where do I want my stamp to go. Nice, press down. Try not to rock it at all. Even pressure and lift. And I've got another lovely impression. So as you can tell, we're going to do this for all the colours.
And it's a nice card, because we don't need to mask off for this. I mean,
no, this is nice, simple.
Well, this is for beginners, we were saying. I mean, there are techniques you can grow into and start learning, but just starting off, straight off the bat, they look great, the cards.
And that's the thing, is if you want to, and the thing is we scare ourselves when it comes to stamping, because we're like, oh, I didn't do a good impression, or I've smudged it, or don't worry about it. It's just a bit of card. You've got another side.
Very true. Would you ever advise using stamp platforms? Does that make
Yes. Well, if you've got an unsteady hand, and you are new to stamping, and you have the budget, yes, I would definitely suggest a stamping platform.
Can help you.
Definitely. But I mean, I use a stamping platform all the time, and you know, I'm well practiced at this. But sometimes you don't always get an even stamp, and that's okay. It's okay.
That's okay.
It is.
Well, what I tend to say to myself is if I've stamped something it hasn't quite caught, then it's shabby chic.
Yeah, exactly. It's meant to be like that. I always say it's meant to be like that. But the beauty of having a stamping press or tool is the fact that you can go back in with your ink and re-stamp it if you've kind of missed a bit. Nice. I do love a stamping tool, and I do have mine with me.
So think about, with the light bulbs, playing around with colour, with length here too. Are you going to change these? Because are these light bulbs all of a sudden going to be, maybe with the dies you can create baubles?
Yeah, they
globes?
could be. They could be. I mean, because if you take your brush and you colour this area in, you might be able to get away with, making it look like a bauble, of course. Nice. Now, all we need to do is sentiment. And what one did I use? I used You Brighten My Life. Here we go. So then I'm just going to swap this over. And when it comes to cleaning them, you can use a stamp cleaner or just water. Water's fine.
I'm kind of stealing an idea that already kind of exists, I think, similar there on the on our set dressing. But what you could do is a little bit of watercolour of the same colour there,
and
drippy,
wash it down.
Drippy, coming down.
Of course. If I was to do that, I would definitely use watercolour cardstock though. Yeah. So what I've used today is a stamping card. Nice. But yeah, for watercolour, I mean, these just spread that around.
These are cool. And also, you'd be using this with, love the sentiments, by the way.
Thank you.
You bring light into my life. Isn't that nice? Very usable stamps. Think about how these would play with other elements in your stash as well.
Well, this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to bring us items that can be used for so many different occasions, not just like a one-off thing, like whatever you're making for.
I like how Laura, my producer, describes this, and she's seen a lot of different designs, and she was saying the real merit of these, she likes to call them, these are the danglies. So being able to use your danglies with other things in your stash, I mean, they are very versatile.
They are. Well, and I think it's, as you've said, because I come from that background where I use my crafts every day. Yeah. I wanted to create something that is usable for everybody, and everybody can go and can use it easily. So I'm just gonna, so the reason I turn it over is in case any of that ink is actually still wet, then instead of me wiping across the card and smudging it all, I put it face down, and then so then it adheres better. And
this is just one of the stamps in the collection. Remember, you get stamps, you get dies, you get stencils, you get ephemera. I've got to let you know that 40% of the stock of the complete bundle has gone, and once it's gone, it's gone. There is no more. But thank you, and I know how much this means to Kellyanne, all the support out there. We'll talk, when we go back to Kellyanne, I'm going to talk to her about social media and see how you can follow her. But right now, if you do want to get involved in this bundle, it's such a good bundle. When you consider the stamps that you're getting in here, how clever Kellyanne has been in not only the design, but making sure as a collection, everything works together, everything harmonizes. So you're getting the stamps, but you see here, this little flare of light will work not only in the round, but the elongated light bulb. That ray of light works as well, but you're getting really good sentiments. The sentiments, I think, are excellent. So there are your stamps. You can get that individually, or of course, it's included in the complete bundle. Something else included in the complete bundle, the dies. Dies are genius, and I have got a little board to show you. So these are effectively, you're going to start building up your elements, but look at everything that you are getting from that center bit, the coiling in the light bulb, from your housing, but take away the center there, and I think you could have it's not my own idea, this was Laura, our producer, was saying snow globe. I even think take away the center, and that could be a bauble if you wanted as well, but all of those components in one. Love that. So there's your die set. Then we have the actual stencil, which is so clever. I think the stencil, I've got to show you something. And you've got to remind me, who did this?
My sister. So my sister is a ceramic artist. So if you follow me, you'll see her, Jessica Jordan Ceramics. Yeah. And she's created these. So these have only gone through the first process of biscuit firing. Okay. But she's imprinted into clay and made little dishes.
Yeah.
She's also made some little pendants as well.
Right.
So you can just see, that's what I love about a stencil. It's so versatile because you can wrap a stencil around anything.
Yeah.
You can put it on the wall. You can put it into your mixed media pieces. You can use it for your card making. Just so versatile.
Just very quickly, and I know the answer to this is probably no, but Harry, our floor manager, was just asking in my ear, biscuit firing, is that when you're baking biscuits and you put the pottery in with them?
No, so biscuit firing is the first process of hardening your clay, and then it will go through another process of glaze firing. So my sister,
Harry,
my sister is, I'm going to take them back and she's going to glaze them.
Very talented. Now, Harry, I know I normally say there's no such thing as a silly question.
No, it's not a silly question.
I think you've just discovered one. Okay, so as we go on, you're getting the ephemera in the mix as well. Nearly 45% of the stock has gone for this collection. Really, really busy. Deserves to be busy. I'm such a big fan of Kellyanne. 155061, your item number. Going to give you a quick reminder of the journaling book as well. We are at 80% of the watercolor wash. It's sold out before when I launched this first with Kellyanne. It is such a clever concept. Can I just say, and we're at 40% of the white wood. Look, really quickly, I know I'm about to share something else with you, but let me just give you, just for 20 seconds. This is really clever. So anyone right now, as a crafter, and I've definitely done this, have you made a card and then you've racked your brains like, oh, wait a second, I remember making a card, but what stamp did I use, or what papers, or what techniques did I use? This is a way to journal your cards, your inspirations. But not only journaling, you can stamp, you can stencil. So note what stamps used, what stencils used, what inks did you use? Did I use oxides? Did I use VersaFine Clair? Then you've got your cardstock, your papers, techniques, notes. How about this for an idea? And you've even got the space for your layouts and also your tips. Now this again, Laura, at the risk of, I don't want to give you a big head, but you're absolutely right. I should have thought of this. So Laura, my producer, was saying, how about having one of these and then keeping this by the TV or however you watch us, and when you see we've got so many talented crafters who demonstrate on Create and Craft, you can make a note of the demo. So you can say, okay, they use this, they use this, this. The layout, maybe take a picture of the finished card or inspiration, pop it in there. So you can recreate what you're seeing here. But you've got page after page of journaling. This is genius as an idea and a concept. I've got to tell you though, the watercolor, so the frontage there, limited stock. It's going to sell out. Again, we do have the white wood for you. There's no picture, but we do have the white wood as well. I'm going to be super quick here, and can I just, going to give you, sorry, a reminder of the journaling as well. We'll show you a picture. We're limited stock for the journaling. Now, this is all about giving you a foundation. Anyone who started crafting is saying, where's the book for beginners? This is it. This is going to give you a foundation in techniques, tell you about inks, and then you've still got journaling pages in there as well. That is a very good, basically, best of both worlds. Book pages, these are the old book pages, been really busy. Half the stock's gone there. When they're gone, they're gone. And I've got to applaud Kellyanne, because what she's doing is stopping all of those beautiful old books going into landfill, because these are books that wouldn't be sold as books. There's maybe some little bit of water damage on some pages, or they're torn. But what she's doing is reclaiming them and then giving them to you, and also supporting a charity in the process as well. Very good point. Harry, our floor manager, and I do love Harry because he's really attentive. He's a clever boy, but he really watches when he's not talking about biscuits. So Harry made a really good point, and why I didn't think of this, we were totting up and we were just guesstimating, you know, the goodie bag that you're getting there. But if you consider, and I really felt I was being reasonable with the prices, so we're saying it's sort of in the region of about £50 worth of goodies in that goodie bag. That's effectively 5 months of Club Freedom. Yeah. Just there. So anyway, it's just one way to look at it. Okay, so now we are going to cut out the dies.
I want you to see my dies in action, them cutting. I just think it's, you know, you need to see it. Yeah. And it's always fun to do. So I've got, as you can see, there are 7 dies that come in this collection. We've got our kind of little element here. We've got our spiral element. We've got the bottom piece. We've got that outline. We've got our actual base. And then we've got 2 little extras, kind of infill bulbs, should we say.
Yes. We are approaching selling half the stock of our main collection. So that's everything from the dies, the stamps, the stencils, and the ephemera. The ephemera individually is limited stock, though I do just want to put this on your radar. If you go for the complete collection, you've covered the cost of your ephemera and then some, because you're saving, if you're in the club, it's like £12.70. So just one way to look at it.
So I'm literally just going to pop those ones there. I will use a bit of tape if I've got one to hand.
Good thing to do.
Just in case, because I don't want it to shift, and I know as soon as I put the shim on top, it'll probably shift. But I don't want that to do it. And the only reason it's bowing up slightly is because this plate's bowed up.
Oh, okay.
So I'll just scooch that, there we go. So that is not going to get in the way. Now, I'm going to colour these items, but I'm going to colour them afterwards, I think. So let's bring in the other items. So we've got our actual bowl.
And it's a lovely modular system that you can build up.
I wanted to make it very user-friendly. I wanted it so whoever you are, I've got to put them the right way, Kel. Trying to cut the shim instead,
That's
could you
something
imagine?
I do.
Oh dear. It's been a while.
Now, I was telling everyone at home that we'd chat to you about your social media. So you've got a lot of fans out there. You're building up your fan base for Crafty as a Fox. How can we follow you on social media?
So I am Crafty Kellyanne Jordan on Facebook and on Instagram.
Brilliant.
I post quite regularly and I post all sorts of things. So for instance, I locked myself out of my house the other day on my way to work. So you all got a nice video of me
locked out your house.
Stuck.
What happened?
My other half did come and rescue me. I have a habit of it. I had my hands full of stuff, walked out the door and shut the door and then looked through the little window and was like, oh, there's my keys.
No.
So then I managed to get hold of him, so he came and rescued me.
If you do want to follow Kellyanne on social media, details, so this is what you search for on social media and you'll be able to find her. I was saying a story to the team because one of our team has got a watch and you can actually use it as a phone. So it's connected to a phone, which is very impressive. I knew a guest who went to a warehouse to get product and got locked in. There was a storage unit and got locked in the storage unit. Her phone was in her car. She was in complete darkness because the door closed on her and she was locked in. There was a little peephole in the unit where it rusted and she said she was able to use her phone to call for help. That's
amazing.
MacGyvering it there.
That is amazing.
Can you imagine?
Oh my goodness. No, I'm a bit of a nightmare. But also I do regular videos on YouTube and it's just Crafty Kelly for that. So you can find me on YouTube. Brilliant. And I do link everything through all the social medias. It's all linked. Yeah. So that's going to fall. Don't fall.
Nice.
Right, let's grab everything in. I'm going to grab a bit of paper just to make it nice and clear. So we have our outline. We have our background, we have our little elements. Can you see how fun these kind of blacked out pieces will be on a project?
Do you know what I'm thinking here? Cutting these out in shrink plastic. Even the light bulbs would look really cool with shrink light bulb earrings.
Yeah. That would work. Go for thinking outside the box. Yeah. So I've got a couple of just colours here. Obviously you don't have to use them all, but I'm literally just going to take my little brush and I'm just going to add some colour onto the actual base.
Nice. Now, as we're doing this, Kellyanne, not to distract you, but do you see, just if you look right at the camera, do you see, just looking right down the centre of the camera, do you see that?
See what?
Just there, do you see that? That is all the American viewers who are watching us right now. Hello to you guys.
My Auntie Sandy might be watching. It'd be lovely if she is.
In America?
Yeah.
Oh, so hello Auntie Sandy and everyone else. Joking aside, you have got a lot of viewers following you right now in America, in Europe, of course in the UK.
Lovely.
Wherever you're watching right now, you're part of our family. But thank you so much for tuning in and thank you for supporting this fabulous woman. Because Kellyanne, what she is doing, when we talk about the Crafty Fox, Crafty as a Fox, it's her company. This is the company. So we're not talking about a multi-conglomerate where you've got departments and departments. This is it. Designer, distributor, you're the one that's going to pick everything, pack everything. And I, on a personal note, as a presenter, I love nothing more than supporting small independent businesses because you are a crafter first and foremost and you're doing this because you genuinely love it. You design products that you genuinely want in your crafty life.
Well, this is it. I wanted to create and bring products that I want to use. And that may sound a little little bit selfish, but it doesn't come from a selfish place. It's just, you know, you're like, oh, I want to be able to make with something. So you can see how this easily fits
tell us
together.
The inks we used here.
So I
we
just
cut that out in black.
We cut that out in black. So this is just in the grey.
Yeah.
So I've got a grey, and then I've gone for two different yellows, a lighter and a darker.
I spruced with the distress ink.
Yes, and then we've got mustard seed and squeezed lemonade.
Okay.
So, but obviously you can use whatever colours you've got in your stash, because I don't expect you to buy.
Use our journal to archive this. Remember, you've got the journal. Remember, we've sold out of the watercolour wash. It's now on extended delivery. We'll just show you. So you can still get that watercolour wash on extended delivery. Details on your screens.
Yeah.
There we go. Very pretty. But we have got the white wood. So the only difference being the front cover of the book, it's the journal, I should say, is still exactly the same inside. That's your wood effect.
Yeah.
But what you're getting is the ability to journal, log those inspirations. And if you're following at home right now, so we'd be writing the die set that we're using from Crafty as a Fox, your inks and all of that. Okay.
And that's and it was literally designed for that purpose. And I've got those two little boxes. I say little boxes. One is a 7x5 and the other is 6x4. And that's because that's the most common size that I use. I do have a larger version, but I haven't got it on the show with me today. Okay. But here's one that I've actually stuck together so you can see it incomplete. Complete. But here is the elements obviously we've done. But I just want to show you that actually, like, because I create backgrounds all the time, so this could be, I could be adding it to this background.
Love that.
Another background that I've done previously.
Steampunk.
Yeah, yeah. So you can see that I can just start to add this element into any one of the crazy little backgrounds that I've created in the past for my card. Nice. I could even just keep it blank.
Kellyanne, we've got 6 minutes, and I know you've got another demonstration that you'd love to share with us.
Of course.
Should we jump straight into it?
Yes, yeah, can do. Let me just scoot this lot out of the way, she says. Okay. Scooty scoot, scooty scoot.
Nice.
And the next, so everything is in my little packs. What have we got?
Very organised.
Try.
Well over half the stock of our main collection. Really, really busy for that. Also busy for our old pages as well. So if you do want to go for the old pages, we'll put the details at the bottom of your screens. There is such heritage there. I mean, Kellyanne was telling us one book, obviously it's random the pages that you get, but Kellyanne will select each of the packs. You're getting 40 pieces in total, and she spent a lot of hours cherry picking the best pages. You're saying, like, some books, there's one book you're looking at is over 100 years old.
Yeah, yeah. One Man in His Boat. It's if you get one of those pages, that book was 100 years old. Oh. I know, it's crazy.
One Man in His Boat.
So I thought we could use the stencils, and I'm going to use a texture paste through it. She says, there it is. So I like to, when I'm using my stencils, I tend to always put a repositionable adhesive on the back, so I use the spray just to keep it in place for when I'm creating.
Or we can use magnetic sheets.
Oh yeah, of course. You can use all sorts.
Magnetic platforms, sorry, not sheets.
Yeah, I mean whatever works for you and whatever you've got in your crafty stash. So I've got that stuff, so I use it. So this is a paper paste. So it's got a slightly different texture to texture paste, like some of them. So I'm just going to literally swipe it through.
Just works so well. And I would imagine actually this would look quite good running through your embossing machine to emboss these. Yeah. If you wanted to use a sticky ink through here, you can then lay down an embossing powder. It's a nice technique that I discovered recently.
Yep, so that's the technique that was used for one of the cards that we created for the show.
I want to just caveat that when I say I discovered it recently, I saw a demonstrator do it and I thought that was a great idea. Ooh. I wasn't at home like, I've come up with a great idea.
So let me just wipe that up. Yeah. Now, if I lift that, look how lovely and raised that is.
Oh, now that, good
Isn't it
texture.
Fab? Brilliant
That's white
texture.
on white, so we shouldn't really have any right to be able to see that.
No, but how beautiful
Lovely
is
texture.
that? I'm just going to move that to one side so I don't. So this one, obviously we need to let dry. So thankfully I've got one that I'd prepared earlier. Yeah. Because we don't want to wait for it to dry, because who wants to wait?
Fair enough.
Definitely not me. So I'm just bringing in a splat box, because I get stuff absolutely everywhere.
Splat boxes are important in our
They
life.
are. So I'll just prop it up so we can see it a little bit better. Now I'm going to grab a couple of my sprays. Yeah. And I was actually inspired by the sun setting whilst I was driving along the beach, because I live like literally next to the beach. So the glow, it was the other way around, but the glow was just phenomenal. So I'm just going to take my spray and I'm going to pop it so it's going down.
Nice.
And then I'm going to take my blue. Now I could let that dry or I could heat set it, but I'm just going to take that across the top. And once that's dried, I can add another colour or another blue on top.
Already.
How fabulous is that already?
Looking amazing. Kellyanne, that looks amazing. Seriously,
does,
what we done? A little texture paste, a little texture paper.
Paper paste, yeah.
And then added some sprays, but how good does that look?
It's fab, isn't it? So then this is it dry.
Yeah.
So I'll pop that one to one side.
Love this.
So this is it dry, and what I did is I went in for a second layer.
Nice texture.
Of the blue, which created that speckled texture.
I would be tempted, how about this for an idea? If we used a paste, then we can go on with our gilding flakes on top.
Oh yeah,
Wouldn't that look nice?
Yeah, that would look fabulous. That would look fabulous. But you can see, so there's so many different ways you can use stencils, not just inks through it.
I really like the stencil. Actually, do you know what? I like the whole collection. When you consider, and the whole collection is extremely busy, you are getting 11 stamps, 7 dies, this stencils, and on the stencils, you can see that you're getting effectively 4 elements on one stencil, and you're getting all the ephemera in there as well. 48 pieces of ephemera for $42.26, and we are nearly 60% of the stock. So just tell us now, we flipped it over.
So what I've done is I've just inked up that top part of the stamp, and then I'm just free stamping to just get the bulb. Now what I could have done, I could have actually gone in on a distress ink. Let's just do it anyway. Let's just do it anyway. So if I use an oxide, because oxide is like a solid ink, where...
is this explained, you know, the different inks? Is that explained in your book?
Yeah. So the difference between...
This is a question we get asked all the time.
So this is like a solid colour, whereas these other normal distress are translucent.
That's for the card journaling book created by Kellyanne, and she talks about the foundations of card making. So it's basically for beginners. And it gives you all of that information. So those core essentials, that foundation of knowledge, and then you've got your journaling pages in the background as well. You've got about 30 seconds,
Oh God, is that
I'm sorry.
Gosh, it goes so quick. It really does. So I've just gone over with a little bit of orange and a little bit of red, just to kind of give it another texture. And you can really see the different kind of textures going through from the stamp.
Radiating out. Kellyanne, it has been an absolute pleasure.
I can't believe I didn't get to finish it.
I'm sorry. Hey,
no,
you're going to come back soon?
Yes, hopefully.
Yeah, please do. I love your stuff. Keep on designing, because it's original. I know it's all coming from yourself. So keep doing what you're doing, because we love it, and I know you guys at home love it as well.
Thank you all for your support.
Thank you for your company. And now you can carry on shopping. And I know that Kellyanne will hopefully be back in the future with lots more new goodies.
I will.
I'm looking forward to that. Thank you. And do follow Kellyanne on social media, on YouTube as well. So it's Crafty Kellyanne Jordan on YouTube. Remind me again?
Crafty Kelly on YouTube and Crafty Kellyanne on all other social medias. Yeah.
So make sure to do that. Thank you. And this is the whole point of Create and Craft, because we want to give a platform to incredibly talented, small, independent businesses. We also obviously bring you the larger companies as well. But what we want to do is inspire you with fantastic demonstrations from fantastic crafters. Thank you so much, Kellyanne.
Thank you, darling.
Thank you for your company. Don't go anywhere. Plenty more coming up.